Claims that Joseph Kony is in talks about his surrender are being greeted cautiously in Uganda. Here there are serious doubts about his sincerity.
Those who are engaging with Joseph Kony should think about very seriously. Why does he have to ask for food immediately among all the demands? We need to be very careful that we are not being duped. They could ask for this food, take it away, only to disappear in the bush.
Authorities in the Central African Republic say they are engaged in discussions with Kony, but experts on the LRA warn this could be a trap.
The LRA is very known to play around with the international community and come out at times when there's pressure to say, okay, now we want peace talks, we want to engage in talks, and then they use that break in the military operations to regroup and find new areas to hide. So I think we have to be very careful.
Kony and two of his commanders have been indicted by the International Criminal Court. The US and the United Nations have put a $5 million bounty on the warlord's head. And there are therefore calls for more evidence that Joseph Kony is indeed in negotiations about a surrender.
I think the time is for senior diplomats to work directly with the government in the Central African Republic to find out, to verify these claims, is it true or is it not true, that there is some kind of communication. But then at the same time, keep the military pressure on the other groups where we know that there are other commanders hiding. So a combined strategy of diplomacy and military pressure.
AU forces recently resumed the hunt for the LRA after its suspension over claims that the government in the Central African Republic was not cooperating. It's thought Kony moved into Central African Republic from Kafia-Kingi, a disputed border area in Sudan.
To buy food, it's $20,000.
Uganda is urging the warlord and his fighters to surrender, saying it will hold discussions with the ICC on how best to handle him. Despite indictments by the ICC, the LRA leadership has so far avoided prosecution. But analysts say the massive military pressure from the AU forces and the harsh conditions in the jungles of the Central African Republic could have severely weakened the force. Isabel, Nakirya, CCTV, Jinja, Eastern Uganda.